Hi, it's Candy. Welcome to the Art of Planning, where we talk about planning being pretty, on purpose, and powerful. Lately, pretty hasn't been so much of a concern, has it? We've just been wanting to get it done. And actually, in the last video, we talked about when to put your planner down. And if you haven't caught that, you might want to, because we learned that planning should be important to us, and it should be something that moves us forward and helps us achieve things. It should never be a burden to us. Again, I won't go into it too much. If you haven't caught that, you might want to, because that was really an aha moment for me whenever I decided for the first time, probably ever, that I needed to just walk away from the planner. So today's video is going to be how to put the plan back in your planner, because it's time to pick up that planner again and start moving forward. And I'm going to tell you, oh my goodness, this is not at all the video that I thought it would be when I had the title of it and I was ready to do it, and I knew it was time to get it put back in motion, and whenever I wanted to share it with you, because there needed to be a follow-up to when to walk away from your planner, because us planners aren't going to walk away from our planners for very long. So it was like a re-entry period. When is it time? How do we do it? I mean, do we just go back to business as usual? So I thought, we need to know how to get back into it. And I just thought, oh my gosh, it will be so easy. I mean, ABC, we just get back on the horse and ride it. And as I was thinking about it and outlining with my notes, like I always do, you guys get notes. That's just the best way that I know to be effective. I was kind of surprised. It was actually another aha moment for me, because it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. It just didn't work out quite like I thought it would. I have used a planner for a really long time. I've only been in this planner world as it is for, golly, a little over a year now, and I've loved every minute of it. I've used a planner seriously for 20 plus years, and I would say I have lived by a planner for, I would say, probably 15 years. So I consider myself pretty well versed in a planner and using it. Now, with that being said, by no means do I consider myself a professional at all. What you get, if you're watching this, is my opinion. And you know what my opinion is worth? Not very much. But it does have some experience behind it. So, you know what? Take it for what it's worth. Take the parts of it that you can use, that are helpful to you, and then the rest of it, just whatever you want, okay? So, I do not for one moment pretend to be a professional. But just like put your planner down was an aha moment for me, how to put the plan back in your planner was another aha moment for me. Like I said, I thought it would just all fall back together with ease, and it didn't quite so much. But maybe that was because I'm at a different place in my life. Maybe it has something to do with some maturity, with some wisdom. Maybe it has more to do with where I am in my life. Who knows? But I do like to think that probably I approach things a little differently now than I would have a few years ago. I do know that it has something to do with, with where I am in my life, with where my family is in my life, with what's going on at the very moment, at the very day. We talk about that a little. There is so much life going on in everybody's world. So all of that needs to be considered whenever you're doing anything you're doing. And you know what? Consider it and take it into account. And that's when it's going to work very, very well for you. We get to do that. We get to mold everything around what's going on in our life. Hallelujah, we get to do that, okay? So, whenever I make any choice about what I do and how I do it. I make it on purpose. And you get to do that also. When we schedule in our planner, we think we know how things are going to go. But you know what? Life gets interrupted. Our schedule gets interrupted. And we have to figure that out. Getting back on track should be on purpose with all things considered. And we know that we can try to do that, but we don't know what the outcome's going to be. We don't know if that's even going to work like we want it to work or think it should work, do we? So again, I'm no expert. I'm just going to share with you what's going on. But here's what I do know, and we have talked about this in videos before. I know that time spent in one area is time that we spend away from another. Now, that is either by conscious choice, or it is by, it could be by chance because of something else that's going on in your family, by something else that's going on in work, by something that's going on at church, by in another relationship, whatever. But anytime you spend time on one thing, that's time that you do not have to spend somewhere else. Okay, so here is where I'm getting with that. If we choose to walk away from the planner and to put that on hold, then what I know is we go ahead and take care of some of the things that were on our plan just because we do, okay? But we might not take care of some of the other things also, okay? So we have made a choice not to take care of some of those things. So when it's time to go back to getting things in a plan, then my first thought was, okay, I need to play catch up because, I want it all taken care of anyway, whether I got to it when I was supposed to or whether I didn't. Well, here's the thing. You don't have the same amount of time now that you had then because you chose to, either with an on-purpose decision or possibly because it was made for you, like many of our decisions are, that time is not available anymore. So now you have a different block of time that you get to on purpose decide how to spend. So it's not always that we get to catch up, or it's not always that we get to make up, right? So we get a chance to look at the different things now that we want to do. So if we think that we can make up or catch up, then we need to rethink that thought. That could possibly add unnecessary stress. It could add unreachable expectations as we go back to putting the plan in our planner. We get all these expectations of, now I'm going to achieve everything that was in that book that I didn't look at for a while, plus everything that has to be done additionally. You've just heaped a whole lot of stuff on your shoulders that doesn't need to be there. So when it's time to look at, you're walking back to your planner, you're putting your plan in place now to move forward. That doesn't mean that you have to put all that other stuff that was there too. It means that you have a chance to have a fresh start with a whole fresh set of things to achieve, with a whole fresh set of eyes and a whole fresh set of breath and a whole fresh set of time and days in front of you. So you get to start fresh now. And we all love a fresh start, right? So what has to be done? What can you let go of? So I'm going to show you this just real quickly to kind of show you what I have done or what I haven't done. How about that? Will that help you at all? This is my planner right now. Now, let me show you this. I have I have shared with you before that right now what works for me is to have a set. I work, my system is, it's called the day at a glance, but it's actually a day on 2 pages. Okay? And I work from the current month and I work in the next month. Did you see that? Okay, well here's May. Here are supposed to be June pages. June pages aren't in here. Okay, folks, it's the 5th of May. You know, my June pages should be in here because I have May appointments. I have things I need to be putting down in May. No, I'm sorry. I have June appointments. I have things I need to be putting down in June. Now, what I can do is I can put them down here on the June, on my June monthly, so that I then can transfer them to my June daily pages. But my June daily pages really should be in here, and they're not. Which also means that my April pages, which are doing me absolutely no good right now. I mean, that would be a point of reference if I had anything I needed to reference, and I don't. My April pages, my April daily pages should be out of here. My June pages should be in here. Not done. The other thing that I am working on is I have some inserts that I have been perfecting for myself that need to go in the back of here. That is something that I am finding is taking me longer than I thought it would. I have actually got to spend a little time on them. They need a little more time spent on them. I wish that wasn't taking me long. I have to reference the computer when I want to be. Those are things that I want instantaneously. I want to flip to the back of my binder to see. I want to flip to the back of my binder to make notes on. I need them in my book right now. Now, one of the other things that I need desperately is white copy paper. If I had my insert pages done, I don't have white copy paper to run them off on. I have needed white copy paper for a week or 2 weeks. I would almost rather eat dirt than go to the, I won't say the name of, where I need to go to get copy paper. And I just, after I get this video done, I'm going to go get white copy paper. I've got to have white copy paper because I'm almost done with my inserts and I need to run some and I need white copy paper. I don't have that. That's got to go on my to-do list. I want to set up, I have a cute little white compact size binder that I just got. I've never worked from a compact binder. Don't know how that's going to work. I didn't spend a lot of money on it because I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I want to set that up. Doesn't have to be done immediately. I want to do it, but does it have to be done or today's not going to be able to get finished? No, it doesn't have to. So here is what I have done. What I did when I approached how to get my plan back in the planner, totally different than what I thought I was going to do. I pretty much worked from a daily thought pattern and put down what I wanted to achieve today. Now, I knew I couldn't get it all done today, but what I would really like to achieve today. Then I did some prioritizing with it. Now, this schedule, I don't do a lot of personal appointments anymore, so this is more, this is some personal appointments. I don't use this as much as I used to, but I use it enough that I'm not willing to do without it. On the other side of this little page binder are some notes of things that they do not have to get done today. They do have to get done pretty quickly. So they are on this that I can move from page to page, okay? Then, you've seen me use this before, but this is how I approach my new plan in my planner. This is a big sticky page out of a pad that, again, these are going to be tasks that do not have to be accomplished today or even tomorrow, but they are things that I want to accomplish pretty quickly. For instance, Erin Condren weekly plan, new inserts. There are those inserts. I also want to make a new set of dividers for this binder. I want to make a new set of dividers for my Kate Spade. I have some things like that. Oh, I want some new clips for my binders. I love cute clips, and I want to sit down and find some new clips. That does not have to be done. Just because I want to do it doesn't mean I have the time to sit down and do it. That's not high on my priority list. That's something I can put off. So that can go, I made a note on this so I could share it here. That can go onto this list, and some evening when we're watching something on TV I don't care all that much about, I can try to find some cute clips. So those are some things that can go on this list that I literally can move from day to day to day. Things that don't have to be achieved in the very near future. I can put them off for as long as I need to put them off, and life goes on. So that's what I am doing right here. So it's very different than what I thought I was going to share with you. It's a much easier approach to putting the plan back in the planner. It's pretty strategic, although it's also very easy for me. It allows me a lot of freedom. It is definitely not as rigid as, although I didn't think it would be rigid, I thought it would be much more compartmentalized and a much stronger rigid plan. Now, I'll tell you one of the reasons it's not really rigid also, because we live in a community where there are a lot of community activities going on over this weekend. It's not like I have a lot of focused business time. You know what? I could if I wanted to, but I would miss a lot of family time, a lot of community time, and a lot of fun time. And that's very important right now also. So again, being strategic, I chose to put the plan back in my planner in a little softer way, if you will, and a little less rigid way. And also I can feel much easier about doing that. So I feel very comfortable about getting back into my plan this way, as opposed to how I originally thought that I was going to share that with you. So if that's an option that works for you, then that's an option I threw out that I wasn't even thinking about earlier. So there you go. 2 great big ahas from me. I'm a person that generally stays on track with how I do things. I'm not really open to change very often. I do things the way I've done them for most of the time. So, wow, you have been privy to sharing some things that I've changed very recently. So I hope that you have gained from this. I hope there's something in there that you can take advantage of and use. So I appreciate you watching. As always, thumbs up are appreciated, and hit that subscribe button if you would like to. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.